All right, it's a little nippy. It's a little late, but I got a couple of hours. I'm gonna smoke a new cigar I bought that I've been looking for. This is a very good cigar, but it's something weird with the color. It's supposed to be a little darker, but it smells pretty good on the light side. And this cigar is called the Flor de las Antilles or Antillas. Uh, a guy gave me one of these in a wedding party one time, and he said he paid like 23, 24 bucks. Well, I got this one for 15, and I think I know why. It's kind of peeling a little bit on the side, but it's still the same brand. So let's see. Sun grown. Let's see how it goes. I already did a little split cut in the middle at the cigar place. Yeah. And I got Papa here with me. He's wandering around. He went walking today with the lady, my lady, and I stayed because I was working on a design. This one says here, my father's cigars. It's not strong. It's a little on the light side, but it's okay. Right, Papa? Um, I decided to go ahead and buy the material to build the tackle cabinet on the boat with that material. And I started looking on the web, and turns out that material they only sell it in sheets of 27 inches. Well, the cabinet that I'm building is 3 feet high, so I need panels that they're 3 feet high, and the doors 3 feet high, everything, you know. So I don't know. I started reworking and redesigning the drawing and kind of made it a little bit shorter, but I couldn't bring it down on length on the tallness because it needs the space, and it turns out that I have 6 plastic tackle boxes for the jigs, for the big jigs. And when I double checked my design, I only had space for 4. So I said, oh shit. And I had to reduce my capacity on, I was gonna carry 2 buckets, so I brought it down to 1, brought the height down, made room for those 2 extra ones, tackle boxes, and fitted it in there. So I've been working on that, and I'll tell you something. I can design a house. I can design a complete house within a week, and this little drawing is kicking my ass because it's a cabinet, and every measurement has to be on the money, because once you start cutting, you don't want something long or short, because where I'm going to buy that sheet, there's a place down in what is it, San Jose, no, Santa Fe, that they say, yeah, we can cut it for you. And I said, well, I'm going to make a cutting list, and I broke it down into pieces, side panels, top cap, bottom cap, everything, drawers, and I have to measure and remeasure everything to make sure that the measurements are on the money. So when they start cutting, so I started thinking, wait a minute, am I gonna be over? Because that sheet is expensive. It's 200 and I think they quoted me last year 245 or 285, something like that. It's an expensive marine board. It's all white, and some of them you have to put it together with a heat gun, which I don't have, and some of them are what I would call screwable. You can screw in them on them, and it won't crack. It's like a semi-spongy material, so you drive a screw through it, and it will not crack. I'm hoping that's the material that I'm getting. Um, because there's one material called Starform. That's the one that comes in sheets of 27 by 24, I think it was. And I said, no, that's not going to do it. And I'm not going to shrink the cabinet to 27 inches high because it's not going to be good for nothing. So I had to redraw basically, and I'm printing the sheets out, the cutting list. So when I go down, I say, okay, look, because if it's a plastic that melts when you cut it with the saw, then you're gonna have to go with a file or with a knife and scrape the edges and get all the little titties and things off the edges, and the cut's not gonna be straight and clean. I want them to cut it. So I spent some time. I've been working on it off and on, for a few days, and I noticed some mistakes that I had to rectify. So I've been working on that, and my back is killing me because I've been sitting in the computer all day. And I think I got it all down. I got even the sticks with I call it the sticks, the little edge runners where you put your box in it. You don't need a whole shelf. You just need a little stick on each side, and it'll run it right through in there. But that material is expensive, so I started calculating the inches and then converting them into square feet, and I am down to 43. No, what was it 40? Yeah, 43 and a half square feet. The sheet has 48, so I'm gonna have a little bit left over, enough for those sticks, because I didn't calculate the sticks. So yeah, keeps you busy. And the sky, and it's cloudy, so there's gonna be rain either tonight or tomorrow. This is like 2 weeks in a row with this type of weather. I'm waiting for the sunshine so I can go to the boat and start working on it. I already got the car loaded up and everything. But I don't want to go down there. If it's cold here, if it's gonna be colder over there because of the water. So I have to pick a warm day. So next weekend. Well, next weekend. I mean tomorrow's a weekend. I would say about the middle of next week, around Wednesday or Thursday, it's gonna be warm enough, 72, 74, and then I go down there and start doing the what I have to do on the engine. Well, so far the cigar is not biting. It's okay. It's a little bit on the light side. And the reason it's peeling is because they didn't have it in an adequate uh, box, a humidor. They had it on the shelf. Um, there's something else going on with me that it's kind of changing my way of thinking now as far as hunting. And now I'm beginning to understand what this guy told me a long time ago in the 70s, around 74 or 5. I went to this store and he had a couple of deer heads on the wall. And one deer had, I think he had a 6-pointer, you know. And I was admiring the trophy and I said, wow, that's a nice, very nice trophy. And the guy turned around, looked at it, he goes, yeah. He said, yeah, but I wish I'd never shot him. And I could never understand that. And it's because when you get to an older age, your mind, you start mellowing out, or you don't think the same. You feel more compassion, people and situations. Like you see them sleeping on the street. That's pitiful. And I feel compassion for animals. I just don't go. I was never a shooter. They shoot a lizard. Leave it alone. It's here for a reason. Eat flies and stuff. Hunting, yeah, you're after the meat and the trophy, but I'm having second thoughts now about buying that BAR, because what for? If I'm not gonna hunt with it, I might take that other rifle that doesn't fit me. I might take it to the store this weekend. If the weather's bad and I won't be able to go the boat, I'll take the rifle, and I'll say, okay, give me an appraisal, see what it goes for, and probably leave it there so he can sell it. The thing is that now they're charging 25%. That's a little bit on the high side, you know. But you're using the stores to sell it, so consignment. I understand that. But you know, I don't think I'm gonna get that. Even though it's a beautiful gun, I don't think I'm gonna get it now. I'd rather spend the money on something else, because I don't know if I'm gonna feel the same when hunting season comes around. The last deer I shot, I felt bad about it. It kind of brought a tear to my eye. It was such a beautiful animal. I sat next to him and I was petting him and I was saying I'm sorry. It's kind of silly, but I felt bad after I shot that animal. Uh, if you're hungry and if you live in the woods, in a cabin somewhere, or in a shack, and you're hungry and you need to find meat, then yeah, uh, I don't criticize that. If you live in the city and you can just go to the market and buy a steak, you know what I'm saying? There's no really a need for me to accumulate meat when I can just go buy it. Because you're gonna say, "Oh, steak is very expensive." Well, figure out how much is it a hunting trip. By the time you calculate your guns, your bullets, your gas, your vehicle, all your gear, your backpack, that slice of meat, that deer meat is gonna be expensive by the pound, big time, big time. So I don't know if I don't find if unless I hook up with some partner that want to go with me, and I know a couple of buddies that I met up there in the mountain. I might get a hook in touch with them and see if they want to hook up and go someplace and do some hunting. But it's boring for me. It's lonesome to go out there by yourself, and you walking and you walking and you're looking. Yeah, I've done that for over 30 years, going on 40 years. And then the work that comes after shooting an animal, that it's not like of the woods back east that everything is flat. You could just put it on a slider and take it to your truck. Over here, you shoot an animal, it'll roll down a mountain. And if you're on top, you go way that you're looking down and go, whoa, it's a killer. You need somebody with you to throw you a rope, or you take a rope and tie it, and then you gotta go up and pull and pull and pull, take pulleys, is not as easy as it is back east. The west beats you up. Mountains like that over here, steeper than that, and very dense. You get a lot of scratches and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling kind of woozy. Not woozy, but pussy. The thing is that I really need an excuse to shoot the animal. I really do. If it's a really nice trophy, I won't even mount the head because it's so expensive to mount the head nowadays. And I don't even have room for heads anymore. Can't put them inside the house. I don't want to. It's not that type of house. If I was on the mountains in the country, like where we had the cabin and we had the heads out there, and it belonged there. It looked good. Even a big elk head, it looked good. So on the hunting, I'm gonna kind of start scoping it down and dedicating myself more towards the fishing. I know you guys are thinking, oh, this guy, what a loser. I said, no, dude, I've been doing this for years. It's like when you had something long enough, you kind of get fed up with it and you say, doesn't give you a thrill anymore. Not by yourself. The fire department. Come here, Papa. So I'm gonna hold off on the purchase of that other gun. I am gonna sell that other gun, the 30-06. Man, it's getting cool. Yesterday we had a windstorm and it knocked down leaves and branches everywhere. Trees around the city fell on houses, smashed cars. It fell on this FedEx truck and completely sheared the back end of the panel with the doors. I just went and cut it down and bang, it's incredible. It was very windy. We were getting gusts of 40 and 50. And that's why you see fences going down and, So with a weather like this, can't do much on the boat. Oh, this thing is falling apart. Look at this. That's not good. No wonder I got it at 15 bucks. Next time I'll look again. I'll look twice before buying it. Because I was looking for the flavor. The aroma is there. Definitely. The aroma is there. Very smooth. Rich. Not as rich as some other cigars. But it's okay. I will give it in a scale to 1 to 10. I will give it 8. If it wasn't that it's falling like that, it's falling apart, I will give it an 8. Look at that. It just came off on my lips. Way too dry. Or maybe it's too old. That's what's going on, guys. And also I'm feeling kind of sad because a friend of mine died. We went to the funeral yesterday. No, the burial was yesterday. The funeral was the day before that. He was already in his 80s. He got cancer. He lived a good life. He lived a good life. This guy came here with nothing. And he's leaving a pretty good chunk of money for the daughters. He worked hard. He had his own business. He had properties. He lived good. He had a good life. All right, I better go inside because Papa's getting too curious. All right, guys. Later.